Stop what you're doing and listen to me right now. I don't say this lightly. I don't say this to waste your time. I say this because what I'm about to share could change everything you thought you knew. Have you ever had that feeling when someone is about to drop words so heavy, so raw, that your heart beats faster before they even finish the first sentence? That's exactly where we are right now. And I need your full attention, because this isn't something you can just brush off. Because once you hear it, you won't be able to unhear it. These words could shift how you see me, how you see us, maybe even how you see yourself. And if you're still listening, then you already know it must be serious. The truth is, I've been carrying something with me for far too long. A truth that's been pressing against my chest, weighing me down, begging to be spoken. I told myself, not today, maybe tomorrow, but tomorrow kept coming, and I kept holding back, until now. And baby, here's where it gets harder, because once I open this door, there's no closing it. Once I tell you, you can't pretend it was never said. That's why I need you to listen with your whole heart, not just your ears. Because what I'm about to confess might change us in ways we can't undo. But wait, before I reveal it, let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed how silence can sometimes be louder than words? That's what my silence has been. Every moment I stayed quiet, every time I bit back the truth, it was shouting inside me. And here's the part that may shock you. This truth isn't about what you've done wrong. It's about what I've hidden, what I've buried, what I've been too afraid to let you see. And once it's out, you'll understand why I stopped you in your tracks to listen. Baby, listen carefully, because this isn't something I can say twice. I've been holding back parts of myself from you, not because I wanted to lie, but because I was afraid of how you'd see me if you knew everything. Because think about it. What happens when someone finally shows you the side they've always hidden? Do you still love them? Or do you step back and question everything? That's the fear that's been eating me alive. I've watched you smile at me, trust me, believe in me, and every time a voice inside whispered, if they really knew, would they still feel the same? That question has haunted me, day after day, night after night. The truth is, I'm not as strong as I've made myself look. I've broken in ways you've never seen. I've carried scars you've never touched, and I've faced storms I've never told you about. And sometimes I wonder if you'd still see me the same if you knew the weight I hide behind my silence. But baby, here's what matters. Every single thing I've kept inside wasn't because I didn't trust you. It was because I didn't want you to feel that same heaviness I've been dragging around. I wanted to protect you, even if it meant breaking myself a little more. And now, as I stand here asking you to stop and listen, I realize I can't keep carrying this alone, because silence can turn into distance, and distance can turn into goodbye. And that's the last thing I want for us. So here it is, the start of the truth. I haven't been honest about the battles I've fought inside my own head, the doubts that claw at me, the nights I've laid awake, questioning if I'm enough for you. And baby, it's time I stop hiding it. Baby, the truth is, my silence hasn't just been about fear. It's been about shame. I've carried moments in my past that I never wanted you to see. Times when I wasn't strong, when I wasn't wise, when I wasn't the version of myself you deserve. And I thought, if I kept those parts locked away, maybe I could still be everything you believed I was. But holding it in has been slowly breaking me. Every smile I forced, every "I'm fine" I whispered, every time I pretended to be okay, it was just another layer of the mask I wore. And the longer I wore it, the more I felt like you were in love with a version of me that wasn't fully real. Because here's the question that keeps me awake. If I let you see me fully raw and unfiltered, will you still stay, or will the truth push you further than I could ever bear? That's the gamble I've been terrified to take. Baby, I've fought battles no one knows about. Nights where my chest felt so heavy I could barely breathe. Mornings where I had to drag myself out of bed. And days where I smiled while I was silently falling apart inside. And yet, you were always the one thing that made me want to hold on. Your laughter. The way your eyes light up when you look at me. And that's why I'm telling you this now. Because you deserve all of me. Not just the polished pieces, not just the brave face, but the scars, the doubts, and the cracks I've tried so hard to cover. So here's the truth, baby. I'm not perfect. I never have been. And I never will be. But I love you with a kind of love that grows even in the darkest corners of me. And maybe, just maybe, letting you see those corners is the only way we can truly move forward. Baby, listen to me carefully, because what I'm about to tell you isn't easy for me. It's something I've buried deep, something I've avoided, something I thought I could keep locked away forever. But I can't anymore, not if I want you to truly know me, not if I want our bond to be real in every sense of the word. The truth is, the pain I've carried hasn't just been mine, it's touched you too. Even if I never said it out loud, every time I pulled away when you reached for me, every time I went quiet when you needed my words, every time I pretended I was okay, when I was drowning inside, it wasn't because of you. It was because I was scared you'd see the broken parts of me and decide you deserved someone better. And yet, here's the twist. What I feared most wasn't losing you to someone else. What I feared most was losing myself, and then realizing I'd taken you down with me. Baby, the nights I stayed awake staring at the ceiling, I wasn't just battling my thoughts. I was rehearsing conversations I never had the courage to say out loud. Words like I need you, I'm not as strong as you think, I'm scared. But the words stuck in my throat because I was raised to believe that showing weakness meant failure, and I didn't want to fail you. But here's the reality. Every wall I built around my heart, every mask I wore, every secret I kept, it didn't protect you. It only created distance. And that's what I regret the most. Because you deserve closeness, not distance. You deserve truth, not silence. And baby, you need to know this. My love for you isn't fragile. It's the one thing that's held me together when everything else was falling apart. But sometimes, the weight of what I've carried has made me feel unworthy of the way you look at me. That light in your eyes, that trust in your voice, that hope in your smile. I didn't think I deserved it. Because here's the question haunting me right now. If I open every door, if I show you every scar, if I let you see me stripped of all pride and pretense, will you still love me the same? Or will you see someone unrecognizable, someone weaker, someone less than what you thought you had? I know this sounds heavy, but the truth is, the reason I'm telling you this now is because I can't keep living in half-truths. Every day I've hidden my pain. I've stolen a chance from us to be even closer. And baby, I don't want to steal from us anymore. I don't want to rob us of the intimacy that only honesty can give. So listen closely, because this isn't just a confession. This is me handing you the key to the parts of me I've never shown anyone. And I'm terrified, but I'm also hopeful. Hopeful that instead of running, you'll take my hand tighter. Hopeful that instead of seeing weakness, you'll see trust. Hopeful that instead of distance, you'll step even closer. Baby, I need you to know everything I've been holding back. Everything I've been hiding, it's not because I don't love you. It's because I love you so deeply. I was scared of losing you if you saw too much. But now I realize the only way to keep you, truly keep you, is to finally let you see it all, and I'm ready to do that right now. Baby, I need you to sit with me in this moment, because what I'm about to say isn't just another piece of the story. It's the heart of it. The part I've avoided, the part that explains why I've been carrying so much weight on my chest. And the truth is, every road, every decision, every hesitation, it's all been tied to you. You see, from the very beginning, when my life felt like it was slipping out of my hands, you were the one constant I could hold on to. But here's the twist. While you were my light, I treated you like a shadow. I let my fear whisper lies that you'd eventually see through me, that you'd walk away when you realized how flawed I really was. And yet you stayed when I gave you silence instead of answers. You stayed when I pushed you away instead of pulling you close. You stayed even when I didn't deserve your patience. And baby, do you know what that did to me? It broke me in the best and worst way at the same time. Because suddenly, I couldn't hide behind excuses anymore. Because here's the real question I've been avoiding. Why did you stay? Why did you keep fighting for someone who was fighting himself? Why did you keep giving love when all I gave you was half of what you deserved? Baby, the answer has haunted me because it forced me to realize something I never wanted to admit. My mother's words long ago still echo in my ears. She once told me that if I ever found someone who saw through the mess, who stayed when things weren't perfect, who loved me even when I made it hard to be loved, that person wasn't just someone, that person was everything. And now I see it, she was right. You're not just part of my story, you are my story, you're the thread that holds it together when it's falling apart. You're the reason I can stand here and admit all of this without collapsing under the shame. But baby, here's the part that scares me most. By telling you this, I'm giving you the power to decide if I'm worth staying for again. And that's the scariest place I've ever been. Because if you walk away now, I won't have anyone to blame but myself. Still, I can't hold it back anymore. Because keeping this truth inside was destroying me. And I'd rather risk losing you with honesty than keep you with lies. Baby, I need you to hear this. Everything my heart has screamed in silence. Everything my soul has tried to bury. It all comes down to this simple truth. I can't imagine my life without you. And that's why I stopped everything to tell you this. Because if I didn't, I'd spend the rest of my life wondering if you ever really knew how much you meant to me. And now you do. Listen closely, because this is the turning point, the moment where everything shifts. Baby, for so long, I thought the right thing to do was to protect you from the weight of my battles. I told myself, don't say too much. Don't burden them. Don't let them see the cracks. But now I realize the cracks are where the light comes through. And you were never here for the polished version of me. You were here for the real me. And baby, here's the real me, broken, scared, hopeful, messy, but still madly in love with you. Because I need you to answer me this. If I lay it all down right now, if I finally put every truth on the table, will you see it as weakness? Or will you see it as the proof that I've always been yours? Here's something I never told you. There were nights I sat awake, staring at my phone, my finger hovering over your name, wanting so badly to call, to hear your voice, but fear chained me in silence. I was terrified that the sound of your hello might be the last I'd ever hear, if I said the wrong words. So instead of risking that, baby, I said nothing. And my silence hurt you more than any mistake I could have made. And now I can't escape the truth. My father always said, if you're too scared to lose them, you've already lost. I brushed it off back then, but now, standing here, heart in my throat, I finally understand. Baby, I'm not scared to lose anymore, because I already know what life without you feels like. and I can't go back there. I won't. So this is me, risking it all, telling you that every fear, every hesitation, every wall I built around myself, it all crumbles when I picture you walking away. That image destroys me, and I'd rather hand you the sharpest truth than keep dulling your heart with lies. Because this isn't just about what I feel. This is about what comes next. And that's the part I haven't told you yet. Because baby, what I plan to do with you, what I see for us, it's bigger than both of us can imagine. But before I say it, before I reveal the one thing that changes everything, I need you to sit with this truth. You're not just the love of my life. You are my life. Every beat, every breath, every step I take, it circles back to you. And that's why what I'm about to tell you next is going to change everything.